I really don't know. I'm kind of just all new at this, and this may be the only time that this video ever gets seen. So we're just playing it by ear and seeing what happens with this live stream. But welcome to my studio. This is my little workspace. I know it's blurred and all that kind of stuff because it is a bit of a mess in the background. So yeah, I'm just seeing, I don't know if this will work, but here we go. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to share you guys in with a little bit of the creative process of me writing a new song and starting a new show. So I'm here at the piano. You can't see the piano, but hopefully you can hear it. With any luck, you can hear that. So I will turn it up just a little bit. So I can't see comments or anything like that. So I don't know if you're commenting or anything like that, but here we go. So I've got this idea for a musical that I'm sort of still testing out the waters on. And I've written a set of lyrics already for the opening number. I just wanted to see if I could start putting it together and seeing what happens. So I'm going to just, I guess, invite you into the process. I'm not always going to sit and talk to you the whole time, but I'm sort of just going to talk out aloud as I'm making things happen and just sort of see what happens. Yeah. I don't know if there's any viewers. It looks like there are no viewers. I'm using a platform called Restream at the moment, so restream.io. Who knows? I don't know what's happening, but, you know, this will be interesting. So the song that I've come up with is that is tentatively titled, What Do You Believe? And it's all about the idea that sometimes we see things and sometimes we experience things, and when we share them with other people, we're not necessarily believed. But it's also about what do we believe as people, and sort of going on without giving away too much of the storyline, because I don't want to say too much about it yet, unless I definitely go ahead with this idea. It's about the other stuff, the stuff that we can't quite put our finger on, the stuff that we believe, the strange stuff, the out there stuff. And so I've started working on this song. Now, when I started working on it, I've just been playing around. My favorite key to write in is D minor. I don't know why. I just really like the bottom end of D minor. It's fun to do that with. So what I've got open here in front of you is Logic Pro, because I always use Logic Pro to work with. And I'm going to be focusing on that and sort of putting it all together here. I do know the first song is generally going to be upbeat. So I'm going to put up in the top here 144 beats a minute. I think that's what it's going to be. I've got this idea in my head so far, and this is all I've come up with is... which I kind of like. It's kind of foreboding and a little bit unknowing. So we'll just see what happens. But I think I'm going to go downwards with it. Yeah, start down. All right, so let's record that. Let's record that. 1, 2, 3, and... keep the intro going, opening number. And we're going to stop it there. So, and it doesn't matter about mistakes. I'll worry about mistakes and all that sort of stuff later. I know I flubbed a few notes in there. I'm not too worried about that at this point. So I wish I could, hopefully if this works, I'll set up a camera where you can actually see my hands working as well. That'll come later if this works, but we'll just see what happens. So the first lyric I've got is, would you believe what a child told you in faith? D minor is just one of those great keys I love working in. Oh, I like that. Would you believe what a child had told you in faith? All right, there it is. All right, so I'm going to punch this in just so I've got a guide. Repeat it. Now, for the second part of the verse, I kind of want to mix it up a little bit. At the moment, I do know, I get a feeling that this is going to be quite a high song for kids to sing. This is a kids musical I'm working on. So it's going to be a high song. Ooh, that was cool. Yeah, and change the bass. Oh, yeah, it's nice. I like the traveling down. Gives that foreboding feel. All right, let's just lock that in. And now what I'm doing while I'm playing is I'm also looking at the words. So the words are sort of, I guess in a weird way, informing me what my fingers are going to do. They sort of, whenever I'm working with a set of lyrics, and I'm working lyrics first in this case, I sort of read through the lyrics and sort of let my fingers go, and hopefully the two talk to each other in some sort of weird magical way in my head. I don't know how that works. I really don't quite get it, but you know what? That's okay. That's okay. I don't mind. Oh, hello, people. Oh, there's some people watching. Look at that. Zenny FM. Look at that. There are some people watching. Hi out there. Thanks for following me. This is cool. I can actually type a message. This is all right. So anyway, obviously it's getting out there. Somebody can see what I'm doing, which is really, really cool. So that's okay. That's good. So now that I've got the verse locked in, let's go back and play that, and I'll try and sing along with it and see if the lyrics can marry and see what we're doing. So I can hear some strings falling down in there. Okay, here we go. Would you believe what a child told you in faith? I like that. Would you believe that they saw something they could not explain? Would you believe if you saw it in front of your very eyes? Or would you just try and forget it and turn around and deny? Yeah, I like that. That's cool. All right, that's cool. So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to punch in just a random sound. I'm going to go for some sort of weird flute sound, just so that I can remember what my melody is. So that's what I'm going to try and do and see what happens here. But already this is cool. I like this. It's going to be high. I'm going to have to drop the key later, but that's okay. I'll start writing in this, and then I'll change the key later. I'm sort of comfortable in this key. I want to keep going in there. Here we go. That's it. All right, that's cool. I like that. That's really nice. I'm enjoying what's going on there. So that's the first part of the verse. I've got a little section, sort of like a bridging section, a middle eight, for want of a better word. And the lyrics are, how much would it take for you to find out what is true? How much would it take for you to find out what is true before we go into the chorus? And I could... No. How much would it take for you to... Oh, yeah, they like the... Maybe, or just go to the A. Down there. How much would it take for you to find out what is true? Yeah, there's that A4 going into the A. Let's add that. 2, 3, 4. How much would it take? 2, 3, and. All right, and then we're into the chorus. Let's add the melody line. I hope this is interesting to someone out there. I don't know. Who knows? It might be, it might not be, but that's okay. I know I've got someone watching out there. Hello to the person watching. Thanks for joining me. Let's add it in. All right. Now, the chorus is one line. What do you believe? And in my head, and even on the lyrics that I've got here, you can, if I hold up the lyrics for just a moment, You'll see them. They're the lyrics there. What I've got is I can visualize the kids in 3 different groups, and they sort of cannon after each other singing, what do you believe? What do you believe? What do you believe? Da 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 bum ba da da. And I've always had this in my head. So now I'm going to try and get what's in my head out onto the music and see what happens. Yeah, I like that staccato, really tight. Let's, I don't know if, oh, we're still going. This is good. 2, 3, and. I'm racing. You can hear it in the click track. 2, 3. What do you believe? And we're into the next part of the song. All right, now we're starting to get there. Let's get that melody happening. 3, and. All right, so now that we've got the melody in there and I've sort of got my chord structure punched into place, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and re-record my piano, just so I've got less of the melody in there and more of, hello to my second viewer out there. I've seen someone pop in, less of the melody and more of the accompaniment. Now, the accompaniment will change and it'll grow and transform as I'm working through, but hopefully that makes sense. Oh, that sucked. That was not good. Not quite. Let's try it again. Let's have a listen to what I actually did here. So as you can see, when I'm creating a song, I'm sort of brainstorming as I go and lock it in. If I hear something I like, I'll keep it and then keep moving on. Oh, I messed up there. I'm going to go back because I wanted to have that transition down. Yeah, don't like that. Transition down. Much better. Here comes the middle eight. Yeah, much better. All right, so that's starting to lock in nicely now, which is really, really cool. So that's hello to my third viewer. I've got people watching. This is cool. Like I said, this is my first ever live stream and pretty much the first time I've ever sort of let somebody into the process of me writing a song and composing. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to do something that we call quantizing, which helps just keep everything nice and steady and locked in a time. Particularly as I'm building through, it's important that everything is in time. When you come to scoring it, you want to make sure that all of your notes are right exactly where you thought they should be, not before and not after. So yeah. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to add in a drum kit at this point. Now this may not be the kit that I use forever. Certainly it will probably change. It will probably change. But I'm going to go with a kit that I just like using as my go-to. There are certain instruments that I have as go-to. Obviously, the Steinway grand piano is one of them. This is a contact studio kit, which I really, really like, that I like to use. And if I go down here with any luck, fingers crossed, there it is. Hopefully you guys can hear that out there. I guess I'll find out when I watch this stream back. Who knows? I don't know. But let's figure it out. So here we go. 2, 3, 4. And. No. Let's get rid of that. Let's make it a little bit more. Come in on the second lot. Then leave it out. Would you believe what a child had told you in faith? Would you believe that they saw something they could not explain? Would you believe if you saw it in front of your very eyes? Or would you just try to forget it, turn around and deny? How much would it take for you to find out what is true? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, and. All right, so now we're starting to get a little bit of a feel. It's not perfect, it's not great, but it means I do know where, funnily enough, the bass is going to come in. So I'm going to go to one of my go-to basses. Where are we? It's a great bass. It's a free bass. If you're out there, if you're looking for free instruments, this is a killer one. It's Ample P bass. There it is. The only problem with the P bass is that I know it doesn't have the drop D, so we might go with a different bass this time. I'm going to go to a 4-front bass. This is another free instrument for those people out there. It's really, really cool. It's really, really cool. Hello to my 4th viewer out there. 4 viewers. This is cool. Thanks for joining me, guys. On my first ever live stream. I don't know if this is good, bad, or indifferent, but hopefully you're learning part about the process. I'm writing a brand new song for a brand new show. Not revealing what the show's about yet, until I'm sort of got things into place a little bit more. So I'm adding the bass, I've added drums. That's a nice little bass melody, little walking bass melody, which is cool. The flute's telling me what my melody is, so I haven't forgotten it. There's that bringing down. There's going to be strings in there, I reckon. Now it's starting to come together. This is cool. I'm liking this lot. All right. So now, as I said before, I can hear some strings. And again, I'm just very quickly putting this arrangement together. This won't be the final thing. Obviously, it'll evolve and adapt and change as we go. But what I am going to do is I'm going to go to just a legacy strings. It's like a silky string, I think, which is kind of cool. I like that. And it just helps me to put it down as I'm doing it. Hello to my 5th viewer out there. Thanks for joining me. All right, so let's put in the strings. I think they're going to be high. There it is, nice and high. Let's walk them down. Take them out. Just for the singers. Would you believe that they saw something they could not explain? Oh, that's where I want the strings to come in there. Just at high again. Just follow that bass. Two, three, and. All right, it's really getting that intensity in there, which is really nice. Now, before I forget anything, I had bet to save it. Otherwise, I will forget it. I'm going to call it What Do You Believe Build. I'm going to come back into there. So at this point, I'm actually going to call it a day. Can't believe it's been 20 minutes, but that is the start of the process of me writing a song for a new musical. If you've liked this, please subscribe, please follow, please continue, and hopefully I'll do more of these in the future. But there you go. That is the first, what are we? Just looking at it, the first 1 minute. It's 1 minute. It's only taken me 20 minutes to put together 1 minute, but that 1 minute is looking really, really promising. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. And hopefully there'll be more coming very soon.